as a recruiter, one question we get asked all the time is how to make your resume the best that it can be and how to make your resume stand out amongst the hundreds of others that recruiters and hiring managers are shuffling through every single day. So I'm here to provide a couple of pointers as to what makes resumes stand out to me personally. One thing that I always get caught up on is reading through resumes that have very lengthy job descriptions. While it can be important to include job descriptions, because we all know that sometimes job titles can vary and not accurately describe the actual role and responsibilities that you had at that company, I get how you would want to include a job description. But what I always recommend is making that job description consist of highlights and accomplishments that you achieved during that role. By the time someone gets done reading a paragraph about what you did at your last company, they're going to be a little bit tired and they're not going to want to go through every single role that you've had and the huge long description that goes with it. So I always say make resumes a time to brag about yourself. Your resume and your portfolio should show off all the amazing things that you've done. So try to quantify your accomplishments that you're listing under each job. Make it as numerical as possible if you're able, if it's applicable. Make it like, I helped the company achieve this much in revenue, or I was number one in this department, or whatever the case may be. Try to quantify it as much as possible. Another thing that's really important in resumes is, especially in the creative marketing and digital industries, we work with so many copywriters and graphic designers and social media talent that you all have amazing, amazing work, and you should, again, be wanting to show it off. So it's always super important to include a link to your samples or your portfolio in every resume that you send out. You don't want to make people go searching for your work. Again, you want to show it off. You want to show this company, like, here's all the amazing stuff I've done. Take a look. And also another thing that I have noticed in resumes is when people get promoted consistently, that's absolutely amazing. But one time I had a circumstance where I had a candidate who I was submitting to a client who was awesome. This person was promoted consistently within their same company, but on their resume, it wasn't clear that it was all at the same company. So when I submitted this candidate to this client, they said, actually, it looks like this person skipped around a little bit. We are looking for someone who can consistently stay at this company. And I had to point out, hey, actually, if you look really close, you'll see that this person was actually at their last company for 5 years. They just got promotion after promotion, which is fantastic. It just wasn't clearly listed. So if you're just skimming through resumes, those are things that you can miss. So make sure that it's as clear as possible. Another thing, going back to what I said about how sometimes job titles can be a little bit inconsistent. So you're going to change things up sometimes, but make sure that your resume and your LinkedIn profiles match. If you're changing a job title a little bit to make it more accurate, give a more accurate description, that's great. Totally understand. It's super important to tailor your resume towards a certain position or tailor it to be more clear, whatever, but make sure that there is consistency between your resume and your LinkedIn, because if we see any discrepancies, we're going to go, red flags, red flags. So make it as clear as possible. And again, it is totally okay to tailor your resume towards a certain position. If you are a talented writer and you are applying for a social media role and you do a little bit of both, totally great to even have maybe 2 resumes, to send one for social media and one for just regular copywriting. Totally fine. Make it as specific as possible. And with portfolios, it is so important. If a portfolio is applicable to the roles that you do, it is so important to have at least 3 to 5 samples for every role that you apply for. People want to see your work and you should show it off. So I hope this helps. Resumes, there's always so many options. So never hesitate to reach out with any questions. We are always here to help.